Hey there. Hey y'all. Hello. My name is David Kuhn and I'm up here in the Rocky Mountains and it is a beautiful day. And I just wanted to jump in here and talk a little bit about joy. Yeah, joy. You know, we don't see enough joy in the world or feel enough joy. And joy is like, it's the hummingbird, right? It is a beautiful feeling. It is not about the mind, it's all about the heart. Yeah? And how do we find joy in every situation? Of course, that would be maybe toxic positivity if we were always happy. Well, like just finding joy in even like the crappiest days, right? Like just can shift. Finding it's funny sometimes. Come on, man. Like, some of this stuff that happens to us and in our everyday life that gets to us that makes a bad day, some of that stuff is pretty funny. It really is. It's just like, like what happened the other day? Oh, I went for a hike and I got out of the car and my wallet went flying out up in the woods. I was going for a hike in Colorado and I get down to the store and I was going to get some gas and I got no wallet, you know. So I'm like, damn, where'd my wallet go? So, all the things are going through my head. What am I going to do? How am I going to pay my bills? I'm out here. I don't live in Colorado. I'm just visiting. What am I going to do? How am I going to get money? Blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. And, it makes sense because, you go through all the things. And, and I was like, okay, well, where was I last? So, okay, well, I had it I had it when I went hiking, so maybe it's up there. So I'm driving up there, and I'm actually starting to, at this point, starting to laugh about it and be like, okay, it's gonna be fine. You'll find it. And I went up there, and sure enough, it was there, right? Um, and so that was like a few things, and then oh right, yeah, I get into the car, and my car won't start. And I was like, oh my God, my car won't start. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And it turns out it was just a loose wire, and I was able to fix it. So these are just simple little things that happen in your day. I had to rearrange my day because it took me time to deal with all these things. But it wasn't a bad day, right? It was a good day because I found my wallet. My car actually did work. Um, of course, there is bad days. But we can look to children to see how they find joy. They can be like crying one minute and the next minute laughing. It doesn't wreck their whole day, right? And so these are the things that we can do. Things that I do is I just take a moment, right, and look for how the situation could be funny, right? How I could laugh about it because there is things that happen that are very serious, and that can, it might not be a time in that moment for joy. But when we look at like what's going on in the world and you know all these narratives that like take the joy out of our lives, right? All these beliefs that are based in separation and fear, that just suck the joy out of life. And if we allow that to happen to us, then what is the point of living, right? We can make a choice to give a gift of joy to other people too, not just ourselves. Even if we're not feeling that great in the moment, we can help other people, right? And that brings joy to us. That's like the biggest thing that brings joy to me. I was passing out food um, in a church in Taos, New Mexico. I was working for a recovery center, and I would bring the guys down, and they're addicts, and we would all pass out food. And nothing brought me more joy, more fulfilling feeling them passing out free food to people who needed it, and they were so grateful. You know, I'm not saying that you need to go pass out food, but that it might be something that you want to try. But what can we do to bring joy into our lives, right? Turn off the computer, turn off the TV, stop looking at all the negative stuff that's being thrown at us, right? That we really don't have any way of doing anything about unless we're peacefully protesting, but that could bring joy to us too, right? Peacefully protesting. I don't, I think it's an individual thing. Yeah. The invitation here is to find the joy. Remember the joy. Remember those times when you were a child, or hanging out with friends, or what, just smelling a flower, right? Gardening. What brings joy into your life? And then and bring it out. The invitation is to bring it out to the world, right? Just to a stranger, or to a family member. Yeah, an elder, a child. Okay, well, have a joyful day. All right, see y'all.